Good afternoon, guys, and happy, it's today, Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, it's so weird because today the Bears played for some weird reason on a Saturday, which, like, I still can't even figure out. My dad, like, and all I could find was that it was, like, some, like, what did it say? It was, like, a network showcase or something like that. So maybe then if it was that. But see, it was weird though because they were on two different shows. The Bears game was on an NBC today at 3 o'clock. And then they had the Chiefs. Who did the Chiefs play? Played someone. The Chargers. Chiefs-Chargers game was on after that. Like, I think 7 o'clock or something like that. Or 7:30. And so, I mean, they weren't both on the same channel. But, like, maybe we didn't get it in our area. So, like, it was on a different channel. Like, it wasn't locally broadcasted, I guess. And so, like, but maybe it was, like, the Channel 5. Well, that's for us. That's NBC. I know it's different in other areas. But, like, it was an NBC showcase or something like that. So they were showcasing, like, oh, sometimes we have football on. Or, like, something, I guess. I have no clue. It was really bizarre. But, yeah, they had the Bears game on today. We also went to the grocery store super early this morning, which we typically, with the exception of last week, have been doing on Sundays. And then last week we started doing on Saturdays. So I'm thrown off, guys. I'm thinking today's Sunday. But yeah, it's so weird that the Bears game was on today. I'm like, well, tomorrow the Panthers game is going to be on. So, like, I guess that's good. But, yeah, guys, we went to the grocery store super early this morning. Got the last of the baking stuff that we needed. We were only $3 over budget. But that was with the, like, we were like, see, my dad said we were like $20 or $30 over budget from last week, but we only had like $50. So I'm not totally sure how that figured. Like, or we were like $50 out this week, like, even though we were over. But I think my dad said too that he used like the money to like get my mom's prescriptions or like a couple other things too. So yeah, it's like, but we had $150 to spend this week. I didn't do any freezer dinners, though. I forgot to get instant rice, though, guys. Gosh darn it. But with all of that, we were still, like, under only I think we went $2 or $3 over budget. But I did get this. I found they had asparagus frozen risotto in the freezer section, which I normally don't look at their freezer section, like, unless I'm like, oh, I need corn, I need this, I need that, like, then I'll just go and grab this stuff. But I don't like browse around their freezer section or anything like that, because most of the time we don't have enough room in our freezer anyway, so I'm like, I don't need that kind of stuff. And, like, I'd like to buy more, like, pantry stuff because it's non-perishable and lasts longer, and too, like, if it gets a puncture in the bag, it doesn't get all freezer burned. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, and too, sometimes this stuff just doesn't fit. Like, we have more room in our pantry. So that's why I prefer to do that kind of stuff. But I was looking, and it was like, I think it was like $3 or $3.29 or something like that. But it was like a family pack size, I think, or something. And so I bought that. I was like, this probably would put us over the $3. But guys, today, then after we got back from grocery shopping, I ate, I did dishes, I like caught up on a couple of things. Then we ended up baking. Guys, I got 3 things baked for today. My mom got all of the cookies. Well, no. Actually, I think she's going to make 1 or 2 other types of cookies as well. But she literally got just about all of her cookies done. And she also got peppermint bark done. I got 3 things done. Which my mom made 3 different types of cookies. She made a chocolate chip. Alright, sorry guys, the dogs decided to start barking. My mom made, it's still really loud. Alright guys, I think it dulled down just a little bit as soon as I say that. Alright, so my mom ended up making chocolate chip cookies. I think she made 1 or 2 batches of the chocolate chip cookie mix, like the pantry stuff, where you only have to add the wet ingredients to it. And then she made, I think, 1 or 2 batches of that. Then she made, I think, 2 or 3 batches of sugar cookies. But she made 2 different types. One was a snickerdoodle and one was something else with, I thought it was M&Ms in it or something like that. I'll go show you guys. But she got all that stuff done, guys. I made, the first thing I ended up making was more of that sugar cookie bars with the M&Ms and the white chocolate in it, and you bake it like in like a bar kind of. And last time we made it, I didn't cut it right away, or like I left it sit out, and so like it got hard because someone else cut it, so then like it got all the moisture like left it, and I didn't have it covered, so it like got hard pretty fast. So I cut it like just a little bit ago, and was still nice and good, and put it in a freezer bags. Hopefully it will stay soft and not get super hard, just because the cookies get hard if you leave them out, and that's what it was doing. And then too, because it was already cut, then the sides that were like in the middle, it got hard, so it wasn't very good, or at least that's what I heard from other people. I didn't even have any, so that's why I decided to make it again. So I made that first, then my mom like did the baking with all the cookies. I was making turtles, so I made the turtles. You make them with those little like the pretzel, like the square pretzels, which I found some Valley Produce had theirs on sale. I bought that, and then oh goodness guys, my nose is like running. I also, it's with Rolos, and then you put a pecan on the top once the chocolate like melts, and you put it in the oven for a couple minutes. So then I ended up doing that, and then I made Muddy Buddy mix, or puppy chow, whatever you call it, and instead it was a reindeer chow, which is the same thing. All you do is you end up adding to the mix, you add some like of the holiday M&Ms. So I did that, and with that's probably what took me the longest, because the recipe was super bizarre. It was it's like for 14 cups, but it says split the recipe in half. So I was like, well, then why not just give me half the recipe anyway? Like, or I don't know. I don't even know what the lady was like doing, but like I didn't have a bowl big enough to do the full 14 cups, I think it was, of the rice check. So I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm going to cut it in half. So when I cut it in half, I realized I was actually able to make 3 batches of the halved recipe, which was 1 full and a half of the actual recipe, which I had enough ingredients for. I actually think I had a little bit extra, but I didn't have enough Chex Mix to do a 4th. Might have been able to squeeze like a little bit more out, but it was good. It actually made me 3 gallon-sized bags of puppy chow, or not 3, made me 2, and I thought it was perfectly fine amount. So, which seems like a lot, but I actually love puppy chow, guys. And I have never made it. Honestly, I've had it. I've watched my friends make it. I've watched my mom make it. I've eaten it. I stinking love this stuff, but I have not made it for myself, and like I've never made it. So I did that, and I'll show you guys the baking stuff. But that took me forever because again, I was doing half of it. So I'm melting the peanut butter and the butter together. Then I'm adding in the chocolate, then I'm mixing it in with the Chex Mix, then I'm adding the powdered sugar, and I did it 3 times. So it took me a lot longer than if I would have just had one gigantic bowl. And like honestly, I don't even know how you could find a bowl that was like that big to add all the ingredients to like all that stuff. But I ended up using, I think, a stick and a half of butter, like a cup and a half of peanut butter in total. I ended up using 1.5 packages of semi-sweet chocolates, and then I used a box and a little bit more than half of Chex Mix. Like we probably ended up having like maybe about a third or so of the one box left over out of 2 boxes. So like with all that stuff, I think that was pretty much it. And I think we used about a package or maybe a little bit less than a full package of powdered sugar because I added it to the package that we already had, like the container. So I'm not totally sure, but probably like right around there, right? And then I added a full thing of M&Ms in with the puppy chow. But again, like I don't know why the recipe, it was just kind of bizarre and hard to follow, but like had I done like just one full recipe or like half the recipe, but I don't know, it was just difficult because like I said, I had to keep like them reheating the stuff in the microwave and then mixing it and then adding it and then mixing it, and you get like, I made it 3 different batches kind of. So that was a little bit difficult, but overall, I mean, it worked out. It just took me a really long time. Like my mom was done making all the cookies by the time I was done making one stinking, you know, full recipe of the puppy chow. So that's why today, guys, I was planning on getting so much more baking stuff done. These are the 2, I keep saying 3. The 3 batches are the 2 bags of reindeer chow. So yeah, the M&Ms like were kind of scarce and there's not like a whole ton. I mixed them in here, but I honestly don't know where they are, like if they're way mixed in here or something like that. But that was the reindeer chow. And then here are my mom's cookies that she made. I think these are snickerdoodles. These are like the sugar cookie ones with the M&Ms in them. And then these are the chocolate chip ones. And then over here, guys, I also made, I was telling you guys, these are the turtles that have like the pretzels with the Rolos and the pecans. And then I think they're, yeah, pecans. And then I also made those sugar cookie bars, which have got like the holiday M&Ms and the other stuff. And then back there, those were the 2 batches of fudge that I already made. It's plain fudge and then fudge with, I think I put walnuts in there, I think. So yeah, I made two different batches of those. So I have so much other stuff I have to make. I was like, honestly, I'm gonna have to cook like, or bake like 2 or 3 or 4 like recipes every day just to make sure that I get it done before Christmas, because I have so many recipes. I also have to make peanut butter fudge. I have to make like all kinds of other stuff. We also too, I made homemade hot chocolate, which everybody was complaining that it tasted too chocolatey. So I was like, I don't know what to do about that. Like chocolate, like it's supposed to taste like chocolate, but it was super sweet, guys. Honestly, I think the next time I have it, I'm gonna have like that much because it was really sweet. I used a recipe from Pinterest, but I was trying to figure out like, is there another recipe that I could try? But like most of the ones that you do in the slow cooker, you're supposed to add like a whole thing of like what's it called, of Hershey's chocolate to it, and or not Hershey's, but like the semi-sweet chocolates and the chocolate chips. I was like, but I don't know like how to make it less chocolatey if that's the recipe is what it calls for. And I was like, maybe I could add more milk, like another like 2 cups, because I think it calls for 6. So I was like, maybe I could add some more milk to it, but I don't know too, because you add a whole can of sweetened condensed milk, so it was like very sweet too. But it wasn't like super, it wasn't that bad, but it was just like, it didn't taste too chocolatey to me, it just tasted very sweet to me. So yeah, guys. And then my mom also got these 3 things of, she did peppermint, like a different type of peppermint Christmas bark. I'll show you guys. She made this peppermint bark, which has got, it was just like white chocolate, and then she used red food coloring to make it pink, and then crushed up the candy canes, and then she also used these peppermint marshmallows also in there too. So that's different than the peppermint bark. I'm gonna make a dark chocolate, white chocolate, peppermint bark kind of thing that again I saw on Pinterest, and actually looked good because I like peppermint with dark chocolate. I really like peppermint and dark chocolate together. I'm not a huge dark chocolate fan. I've kind of learned to like it only because of the like Ghirardelli dark chocolate. I had a package of like Ghirardelli chocolates, and they had, it was like an assortment. It had dark chocolate in there. I actually didn't mind it that much, but I think, I don't know what I got. I don't know if I got dark chocolate. It was like some type of dark chocolate from Aldi, something like that. But I've got so much more stuff I have to make tomorrow, guys. But I feel like it was kind of delayed because I wanted to watch the Bears game today. I wanted to go grocery shopping. Like I had all this other stuff, whereas tomorrow I don't really have anything going on other than we do have the Carolina game, I think, at noon. So with the exception of that, I should be able to like keep cranking baking stuff out. And also too, I think my mom, she has some other stuff to bake, but she didn't sound like she wanted to do it today, like any more today either. And I don't know if she wants to do any tomorrow, so I'll have to see. If not, I might just be able to be in the kitchen by myself and just keep getting stuff done. So yeah, I'll see you guys though all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.